going and be a factor in more than just the return game. But you got to get stout if you're going to play tough football in the AFC.
People will say, why not Blaine Gabbert here, quarterback Missouri? They have a lot of faith in Ryan Fitzpatrick. They feel they can win with Ryan Fitzpatrick, win playoff games with Ryan Fitzpatrick, former Harvard grad who did put up good numbers playing quarterback behind a very suspect offensive line
in the
last year.
Tomorrow in the second or third round, I think you'll see them pick a quarterback. Speaking of quarterback, Cincinnati Bengals, you might have some insight here, Coach, but Carson Palmer, we don't know if he's going to be a Bengal next year. That won't get this year. That won't get resolved tonight, but this pick might give us a tip on, with Gabbert sitting there, where they're going to go with Carson Palmer. So the Cincinnati Bengals, a year removed from winning the division, the tough division with Pittsburgh and Baltimore, at 6-0 in the division, are now back to where they usually are, picking in the first hour of the draft. The Bengals picking fourth off a 4-12 season, and so that winning season of a year ago by the boards. Here comes the commissioner with the pick, and they give us a tip right now.
Okay, with the fourth pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select A.J. Green, wide receiver, Georgia.
Or, Coach, maybe it's a tip that, hey, Carson, come on back. We really need to get you some help.
I don't know about all that. I know this. This is, I think, the best offensive player in the draft, Mel. We talked about Von Miller already. This guy, just a junior. I think he's a flanker, and I think there's a big difference between a split end and a flanker. He has very good body control, outstanding hands. He's an outstanding route runner. He has no fear over the middle. Areas of concern, they said, hey, John, what are your areas of concern? None. He's a great practice player. The guy has an unbelievable future ahead of him. 6'4", he's 211 pounds. He catches the ball away from his body. He could be in the circus the way he handles a football. I think this guy's just what the Bengals need. Terrell Owens doesn't look like he'll be back. Ocho Cinco, he's playing soccer somewhere. Carson Palmer, whether he plays or not, whoever plays quarterback has got one heck of a young receiver.
Well, I think, John, if you're saying, okay, to Carson Palmer, retire, go somewhere else, why not stay in Cincinnati? You're restructuring the wide receiver core dramatically. You have Jerome Simpson, young kid out of Coastal Carolina, showed a lot of promise last year. You got Andre Caldwell, Jordan Shipley, you got Benson and Scott in that backfield. Got Jermaine Gresham at tight end. Watch him here. Talk about high point in terms of going up and getting that football. The size, how angular. He fights for the ball in a crowd. He took some vicious hits this year in traffic. He held on to the football. Great body control. You talked about the hand-eye coordination. The poorly thrown ball, he has no trouble going after and coming down with. Aaron Murray was a different quarterback with A.J. Green that lineup. Georgia was a 1-3 team with their only win against Louisiana Lafayette. While he sat out 4 games with that NCAA suspension, he comes back, he puts up big numbers. Murray's throwing touchdown passes, and they're going to a bowl game. A.J. Green, to me, 3 excellent years of a body of work. To me, you'd argue, as John said, the #1 player in this draft.
Well, the last 4 times a receiver has gone in the top 5. Calvin Johnson, Braylon Edwards, Larry Fitzgerald, Andre Johnson. That's pretty good company. Bengals hoping for the same thing. Now, the Arizona Cardinals on the clock, picking 5th overall. We'll be back.
I vow to be ready to go whenever you are. I vow to work even after the sun goes down. And I vow to take a tank of gas as far as she'll go. The GMC Sierra, with a 6-speed Hydromatic transmission and active fuel management, it has the best V8 fuel economy in its class. I vow to be the best Sierra ever.
Oh, we miss you, honey.
I'll be home soon. Until then, Tommy,
Behind every open heart is a story.
It's beautiful.
Tell yours with my open heart collection at K Jewelers. Keep your heart open, and love will always find its way in.
Every kiss begins with K.
You're the best, Mr. Snuggles.
Another pet name? All right, I'm smart enough to notice that my favorite fresh brewed Mickey D's sweet tea is now on the $1 menu, so I'm smart enough for this. You're the best too, sweet tea. Pie?
Oh, chipmunk.
Sweet tea and the McDonald's $1 menu.
The Green Bay Packers select
Aaron Rodgers,
Jordy Nelson.
A.J.
B.J. Rodgers Matthews.
Donald Driver.
The NFL Draft continues tomorrow at 6 on ESPN.
Remember when you didn't have to spend a lot to give Mom something special on Mother's Day? With Pro Flowers, that's still true. Send Mom a gift she'll...
It's back. It's big. And it only happens once a year. The Valley Chevy 10th event, now until Sunday only at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. 12 dealers, over 6,000 new Chevys available. Get huge savings, trade-ins welcome, and finance specialists on site. Choose big cashback or 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Purchase or lease a new Chevy and get this Droid tablet. Test drive a new Chevy and get 2 tickets to the Ribbon Music Festival. Hurry, it's back, but only until Sunday.
While others are content to imitate, we'll continue to innovate. The Lexus RX. Why settle for a copy when you can own the original? Get 2.9% financing on a 2011 RX 350. See your Lexus dealer.
By Bud Light.
Welcome back, everybody, to Radio City Music Hall for the 76th NFL Annual Selection Meeting. Mel Kiper, John Gruden, I'm Chris Berman. Arizona is on the clock. Let's go quickly to Phoenix and Colleen Dominguez. Colleen.
Evening, Boomer. Well, with the 5th overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals are going to take LSU's Patrick Peterson. Now, a secondary was not on their list of needs, but Peterson fits the bill with Ken Wisenhut's philosophy to take the best player available, and that's what they're going to do.
All right, Colleen, and like the Bengals, Arizona, Super Bowl almost won it, won the division the next year, but they're back in the first hour of the draft. I hate to say it. We're used to seeing Cincinnati and Arizona. You know, what will they do at quarterback? But a guy like Peterson, Coach and Mel, Peterson was what, your #1 player on the board?
He was #1. You think about Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, off a shaky year. Struggled last season. Greg Toller, still a work in progress. Thought about this spot as a trade opportunity. If Arizona won it out, would a Dallas move up? Would a Houston move up? Arizona needs a
With the 5th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Patrick Peterson, defensive back, LSU.
Guess they figured, boom, if everybody wants Patrick Peterson, we'll take him ourselves.
Right.
Think about it. He's
Why not?
a guy that Houston, Dallas, need a corner, go up and get him. Patrick Peterson's a unique talent. I think you look at him, John, you talk about Deion Sanders. He went 5th overall. That's where Patrick Peterson goes. Charles Woodson out of Michigan, Heisman Trophy winner. He went 4th overall. Sean Springs, 3rd overall. Look at that scouting report. Talent, 6'125", 219 pounds. 4.3 speed, great athletic ability, tremendous catch-up ability, range, great ball skills. The return ability is a bonus. The bottom line is he's getting drafted here as a corner. You hope he's a shutdown corner. Talk about areas of concern. Technically, John, using his hands, talk about a press cover guy down the road. A little stiff in the hips, not tremendously fluid. But here's a kid. You talk about early in his career, the return game will be a plus. If he develops into a shutdown corner, maybe you don't risk injury with him in the return game. But right away, I had one team say, that's his strength. You've got to use him as a punt kickoff returner. The kid's got unique ability. Top 5 picks, 7 out of 8 since 1970 have been hits. 21 of 25 in the top 10 have been outstanding. You can hear number 7, talk about ball skills, talk about the ability to break on the ball, that burst that you need. He has it. Patrick Peterson was a guy in the SEC, went up against some really good wide receivers, some really good receivers in practice as well. Terrence Tolliver's a kid out of LSU. You'll see drafted probably on day 3. There he makes a hit in the open field against Julio Jones. There's a tackle against the Washington Huskies. Here's a kid in the return game Deion Sanders-like at times. He was special in the punt return game. He was special in the kickoff return game. Patrick Peterson will be used in that area. Injury risk or not, he will be used as a return man his first 2 or 3 years, because you never know, Boom. You never know, John. If he'll be a shutdown corner. There's 2 in the NFL, Nnamdi Asomugha and Darrelle Revis. That's it. He hopes he's the third, but if he's not, he's good. The return game's